What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, and welcome everybody to the UPBA Week 6, where this week we're going to be taking on MidPokeMaster and the Kentucky Torracats. Very, very excited for this battle. Also, I apologize if the layout looks a little bit different. I, for some reason, lost the font that I used for this entire layout, and for some reason now I can't find it anywhere, so, or at least, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't look different at all. Maybe Gizmo can hook me up with it. But, because I think Gizmo has the same font, so I asked him to see if he could send me the font as well, if he has it. If he doesn't, then the layout's gonna look slightly different. I apologize, but there's nothing I can do about it because technology is weird. But anyways, we're here live to do the darn thing. So, very excited for this battle. We are both 1-5, which is interesting. So we both desperately need a win here. As you can see, the layout looks a little bit different here. First off, let me know if you guys like this at all. If you guys like this, if you guys don't like this, then I'll go ahead and change it back anyways. But this time I had to do it this way anyways because I didn't have time to record the team preview last week because I was stressed a lot. So yeah, I never had time to do the team preview, so that's what I'm doing now. And yeah. The matchups were already updated, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. So yeah, anyways, without any further ado, let's go ahead and go over my team, and what my opponent's team, what I think he's gonna bring in, and what I'm bringing. So, on my team, we've got Celebi, Dragapult, Hitmonchan, Landorus Incarnate, Lycanroc Midday, Melmetal, Orbeetle, Sceptile, Tapu Fini, Turtonator, and Tyranitar. That is in alphabetical order. For some reason. Why did I do this? Let's see, tier. There we go. That is, okay, well, now I ruined everything. Well, this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. It is very unfortunate indeed. What was it? Kentucky Torracats. There we go. Submit. No! I meant... Gosh dang it, not... It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. I'll make it work. I promise. There we go. Okay. So, then my opponent's team is Dragapult, Jirachi, Keldeo, Togekiss, Dugtrio, Incineroar, Rotom-Mow, Exploud, QUAGSIRE, Weezing, Ice-Q, and Volbeat. Overall, this is a very scary team. Jirachi being there can be very, very annoying because it's like Mew where it can do a lot of things and it can be really hard to prep for. Dragapult is Dragapult. They can do anything offensively. Can be very hard to prep for as well. Keldeo, Rotom-Mow, and QUAGSIRE, all three of them have a phenomenal matchup versus me this week. Same with Dugtrio as well. QUAGSIRE in particular with Unaware is something that I was very, very terrified of, and I knew would cause a lot of problems. So QUAGSIRE is definitely an issue for sure. Incineroar could cause issues with Intimidate as well, also giving Melmetal a hard time. Togekiss, same with Togekiss, having Flamethrower and Aura Sphere, because even then Melmetal can't even check that. Let's see here. Weezing, Ice-Q, Volbeat, I didn't really see coming, because why would you bring that? But, you know, you never know. But anyways, yeah, that is the team that he's got. So, let's go ahead and go over my team, what I'm bringing, and why I am bringing it. So, here we go. First up on the team, we've got Pinky the Celebi, holding the Smooth Rock this week. This is a very similar set to what I brought the one other week that I did not bring Tyranitar for my Sand Center, so I'll be looking forward to that. Natural Cure, and let's see, we are very, very bulky, max defense, and a little bit of bulky HP and speed depth. Giga Drain, Sandstorm, Weather Ball, and U-Turn. So, Giga Drain is there for the water types, Sandstorm is there for setting up sand, Weather Ball is there just in case I have set up sand and I can hit something with a rock type move like Togekiss, and U-Turn is there for momentum gain. So, that is the Celebi we are rocking out with this week. Very, very excited about it. Hope it puts in a lot of work. Next up, we got Honey, the Dragapult, making a return this week. Hopefully, can put in a little bit more work than they did last week. Holding the Life Orb with very mixed stats. As you can see, we are the mixed attacker with a boost in speed with Sand Rush. Bolt Beak, Draco Meteor, Earthquake, and Flamethrower is the moveset. We outspeed Scarf, Dragapult, which means we outspeed everything on this team once we are in Sand. Bolt Beak does damage to everything besides the ground types. Draco Meteor can do a lot of damage to Dugtrio and QUAGSIRE, depending on what set the QUAGSIRE is. Earthquake can also do a lot of damage, as well as hit the Jirachi super effectively. Draco Meteor also hits Dragapult super effectively as well. And then Flamethrower is there specifically for Jirachi as well, or Rotom-Mow. So, that is the set we're running. Very, very excited about the set. Hopefully, you can put in a lot of work as well. Next up on the team, we've got Pistachio, the Landorus Incarnate, holding the Life Orb as well this week. We've got 2 Life Orb users, so that's pretty cool. Sand Force is the ability, boost power, rock, ground, and steel type moves in sand. Max speed to outspeed Jirachi. Boost in special attack and defense as well. We are bringing special attack this week. This is actually the first time I'm bringing special attack. I'm really proud of this set. Earth Power, Weather Ball, Sludge Wave, and Grass Knot. Sorry, my voice. Earth Power is there because stab ground. Weather Ball is there for if I'm in the weather, and also hits Togekiss super effectively. And the Incineroar and things like that, if I'm able to spam it, because that is more effective than Earth Power. Sludge Wave is there for the Togekiss in case I can't hit it with, and the Rotom Mow, mainly for the Rotom Mow, but also the Togekiss in case I don't have the Sand Up. And Grass Knot is there for the ground types. Being able to one-shot Dugtrio and QUAGSIRE with Grass Knot is very, very nice. I'm looking forward to it. So, that's my Pistachio set. Next up on the team, we've got Siren, the Tapu Fini, holding the Rocky Helmet this week. I know, it's very interesting. We're holding the Rocky Helmet, but you'll soon see why in a second. Max HP, decent large bulk in speed, and a decent amount of bulk in defense with the Misty Surge. Surf, Moonblast, Calm Mind, and Aqua Ring is the moveset. I have the boost there to outspeed, I believe it was, I don't remember exactly what it was that I wanted to outspeed. I think maybe the Togekiss, for whatever reason, but yes. We got Surf, Moonblast, Calm Mind, and Aqua Ring. Aqua Ring is there, so that way we have steady recovery. Yes, it takes up a move slot, but that means I can pack Rock Hammer, which I greatly value on this team because a lot of my opponent's team is very physically heavy. Jirachi cannot hit me super effectively unless it's physical contact. Well, it can hit me with Energy Ball, but that's besides the point. Keldeo just gets completely hard-walled by this thing, which is nice because I know Keldeo... Drift! I hate you so much! But anyways, yeah, there you go. This is a very easy switch for Keldeo. This is my switch every single time. It's very nice. And, yeah, Surf is there because stab water. Moonblast is there because stab fairy. Calm Mind, raise special attack and special defense. And Aqua Ring to do the shenanigans. So, yeah, there we go. That is my Tapu Fini set. Granted, this is walled by QUAGSIRE fairly well, but we will see what happens when that comes. Anyways, next up on the team, we have got Sceptile. Is that the last one? No, it is not. We've got Sceptile on the team to pair up well with Finny, with a Misty Seed to boost my Spadef, and also give me the Unburden Boost, max special attack, a decent amount of Spadef and speed, get you Drain, Dragapults, Endeavor, and Leech Seed. This is a very interesting set. It was really hard prepping with this thing to prep for things like the Jirachi and Togekiss. I ran Earthquake, I was thinking about running Thunder Punch, but then I was like, well, Special just does so much more against this team. So I was like, okay, what do I do now? So I decided to rock out with a special one. Giga Drain is there for the grass types, Dragapult is there for the Dragapult. Endeavor, because I can live a hit versus pretty much anything, so firing off an Endeavor is really, really slick and lowers things down quite a bit. Leech Seed is also really spammable against this team as well, because the only thing that wants to switch in on this is the Rotom Mow, and even then the Rotom Mow ain't going to want to do anything to a +1 Sceptile in terms of Spadef, so that's really, really great as well. So Leech Seed is very spammable, and yeah, I was really proud of the set. I think the set is going to put in a lot of work. And last but not least on the team, we've got Nuts and Bolts, the Melmetal holding the leftovers this week with Iron Fist, max attack with a lot of bulk in defense and Spadef. Double Iron Bash, Earthquake, Thunder Punch, and Toxic is the moveset this week. Double Iron Bash is there because stab Steel and just does a crap ton versus the team. Earthquake is there for things like Jirachi and Incineroar. Thunder Punch is there for things like the water types and flying types. And Toxic is there specifically because I know QUAGSIRE is going to be the switch-in on this thing. So if I fire off a Toxic on it, QUAGSIRE immediately becomes extremely crippled no matter what the set is. So that is the team we are rocking out with. And yeah, very excited for this battle. Be sure to check it out right now. Here we go. What? Oh god, you can tell I only got like 2 hours of sleep last night. What? And we are back! And I just realized I forgot to get my damage calcs. Well, this will be fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, great. Ah, frick. And I don't have them on this computer, I have them on my laptop, and yeah, wow. That's a yikes. I could run, but, yeah, okay. Of course, QUAGSIRE and Dugtrio make an appearance, of course. Jirachi, Dragapult makes sense. Rotom Mow and Keldeo are the others. Okay. Celebi is a very nice lead here. Celebi can 1v1 pretty much anything on here besides the Dragapult. The Dragapult's the one thing that I do not want to handle. Nuts and Bolts is also a really safe lead, being able to just set up a Toxic or just a Double Iron Bash or a Thunder Punch or whatever. So I do feel tempted to lead Nuts and Bolts as well. I don't want to lead Pistachio. I don't want to lead Siren here. Yeah, I think I lead Nuts and Bolts here. I think I'm going to lead Nuts and Bolts. It's a really safe lead. And then I can just fire off a Toxic on whatever. I can either EQ the Jirachi or I can fire off a Toxic. So that's what we're doing here. And if they want to set up hazards, they can. Alright, here we go. That lead was really fast. Okay, it'll be interesting to see what they actually lead off with. Good luck, have fun to my man. So hopefully we can do this without damage calcs, because I don't have damage calcs on me. Great. This will be fun. This will be fun. Time to hope to God that we're doing things right. Watch this be like the one game I win that I don't have damage calcs, dude. Okay, this will be a challenge. Keldeo makes an appearance. Okay. I should be able to take at least one hit from this thing. I don't think I can take. I don't think he dies to a Thunder Punch. I could probably at least set up my damage calculators. That might be okay. Let's see here. Metal, and then not Jirachi, Keldeo. Secret Stores is 49 to 58. If I have Thunder Punch, I do not kill. Definitely do not kill. Okay, so I can switch it to Celebi pretty freely. I can also just fire off a hit. I could also just go for a Toxic just to see if he wants to switch out here. I'm gonna fire for Thunder Punch. If he switches into QUAGSIRE, that's fine. That gives me a free switch. Flip turn. Okay, so we stay in. We take that very, very nicely. We're gonna get easy HP recovery with that. So they probably switch it to Quag, which would make sense. QUAGSIRE would in fact make sense. There's the Quag. I should be able to take a hit from this thing, so firing off Toxic might not be a bad idea. Firing off a Toxic, and if this is Rest Talk, we do have the Grass types, so I feel pretty safe firing off a Toxic here, because there's nothing this thing wants to do to me without setup. Because EQ does 33 to 39%, so I'm just gonna fire off a Toxic here. No reason for me not to here. That'll at least put this thing on a timer. And now we outspeed, so that's good to know. We do outspeed Quag, so I did put enough speed investments so that way I could outspeed this thing. So thankfully we do outspeed this thing. Earth Power. That's going to do a chunk. That's going to do a chunk, but it won't kill. There we go. Love the HP investment, man. Or the SPDF investment. Now, here is where you switch out. Now, the question is, do I switch out into an Ice Beam, or do I switch out into something? The question is, not that, but how am I going to die? That is the question. Alright, at least QUAGSIRE's on a timer, though. QUAGSIRE's on a timer. I can switch into Sceptile pretty freely. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch into Sceptile. They can switch out into Jirachi if they want to, but I'm going to do an easy switch into Sceptile. Go, Tree! Go, Tree! That'll at least scare this thing out. Earth Power. Alright, so the switch in here is probably going to be Jirachi. That would be my guess. They're going to switch out here, I imagine. If they don't switch out here, then I'm going to question everything about my life, but they could also switch into Rotom Mo as well. Okay, they can either switch into Rotom Mo or Jirachi. What do I think they're switching into here? Actually, I think regardless, I can click Endeavor. That's a pretty mid-ground play. And that reveals I have it, so it'll reveal that I'm an interesting set. I think I fire off a Dragapult. I'm going to fire off an Endeavor. I think that's a really great mid-ground play. Let's see here. Jirachi. So Jirachi's the switch-in. Jirachi's the switch-in for this thing, which is interesting. I don't know what they want to do to me. Endeavor! Bah! That does a chunk. Alright, very glad I packed that then. Okay, so what do you want to do to me? What do you want to do to me? I feel like you might Fire Punch me here. In which case I'm not going to like that. But I also at the same time kind of want to... Oh my god, Drift, stop. I kind of want to fire up a Leech Seed here. Well, Drift happened there, so cool. That was what I wanted to do anyways. Withdraws, interesting. That's an interesting double. Dragapult, I'm okay with that. I'm very much okay with that. I'm actually really okay with that. Can I take a Flamethrower from this thing? Can I take a Flamethrower from a Dragapult? Dragapult. We'll just go Specs. Sceptile. With 100 SPDF. Can I take a Flamethrower? The answer is maybe. Draco Meteor actually does more. I'm gonna fire off a Dragon Pulse here. I see zero reason for me not to fire off a Dragon Pulse here. U-turn. Okay, you're just playing the Switch game now. That does a chunk. That does a slight chunk, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that slight chunk. This also reveals that Jirachi either does not have U-turn, or it's not Scarfed. It reveals one of the two. Regardless, something is coming in and taking a Dragon Pulse, so this is fine. Rotom hits the field. Okay. This thing is putting in a lot of work versus his team. It's scaring him out. It's scaring things out quite a bit, so I like that a lot. That does a chunk. That doesn't do a solid chunk, as a matter of fact. No reason for me not to fire off another Endeavor unless he wants to switch into Dragapult again, predicting that. And I kind of want to predict that. I'm going to fire off another Dragon Pulse. He keeps wanting to play the Switch games, so I'm okay with that. Imagine if that missed. We died to that. Okay, that makes sense. I'm okay with that because we still have Celebi in the background, and the QUAGSIRE is toxic, so it's not going to be able to stay in front of everything for too long. Here I can switch into... The special defense is lowered quite a bit. I can switch into Dragapult pretty freely. I can also switch into Pistachio pretty freely. And fire off a Sludge Wave. I can... And that's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to switch into this thing. Since this thing is lowered. Okay, now, what's the switch in here? He probably knows I have Sludge Wave now. So he might switch into Jirachi. Do I want to predict that? No, I do not. I do not want to predict that. I'm going to go for the obvious play. If he switches into Jirachi, good play on him. There's not really much else I can do. Withdraws. Does it go into Jirachi? Keldeo is the switch. Okay, I'm okay with that. This thing is taking a Sludge Wave to the face, and I'm okay with that. Sludge Wave. I think this thing might have Ice Beam, so I'm hesitant on switching in. Let's see here. I can switch in... Actually, the best switch in for me is definitely Tapu Fini, so I'm going to switch in Tapu Fini here. I'm going to switch in Tapu Fini here. That's easy switch. If this thing is physical, it's going to take Rocky Helmet Chip. If this thing is special, then I take the hit. That's basically what it comes down to here. So hopefully this thing is physical. Regardless, we definitely switch out here, and if they want to flip turn on us, then we can just have an easy Rock Chip on it, which means it can't switch into another hit from Lando, which is nice. So, I like that. That's pretty cool. We set up a Misty Surge, which is great. I'm curious to see what the answer for this thing is. Miss, whirled around the battlefield. Like, flip turn, there we go. We get chip off. Does Diddly Squat to us as well, which is nice. We get a lot of chip off on Keldeo, which is great. So Keldeo can't switch back in on a Lando, which is nice. Jirachi is the switch. Interesting. Intriguing. How much can a Surf do? I mean, I don't have any investment in special attack. I have a feeling this thing might be special. It's either setup or special. I feel tempted just to click Calm Mind here. I'm gonna click Calm Mind here. Let's see what this thing wants to do to me. Wish. I'm okay with that. I'm very much okay with that. Now the question is, he's going to switch out into maybe the QUAGSIRE? No, he's not going to switch in. He's not going to switch into QUAGSIRE for this thing. He's going to switch into maybe the Dragapults? No, he's going to switch into maybe the Rotom Mow or the Keldeo. Rotom Mow with the Keldeo is the switch here, or he stays in. So I'm going to fire off a Moonblast here. I'm going to fire off a Moonblast predicting the Rotom Mow coming in. Cosmic Power. Okay, don't do that. That would be nice. Thank you. Don't do that. No, 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 no. I do not accept this around here. Stop that. Bad. Alright, really wish I fired off a Surf there now. We get this attack drop though, so that's good. I can fire off an Aqua Ring pretty freely here as well, just so that way I can have a steady HP recovery. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire off an Aqua Ring. This thing might be Store Power, which would be annoying. But this will just come down to a 1v1 between Surf and this, so... this is why I hate Jirachi and Mew in Draft League. They're so annoying to deal with. They're so annoying to deal with, and I hate them so much. So, I just click Calm Mind here. No reason for me not to. Zero reason for me not to. He can't hit me super hard anyways. So, and if he does, then he gets Rocky Helmet Chip. And one crit destroys this thing. So, he can't outstall me. Unless he tries to Toxic me, which would be, granted, would be annoying. But again, if I get one crit, and I'm due for a crit, I'm due for some good RNG luck at this point. I'm due for some good RNG luck. I really am. So, it would be nice if we got some good RNG luck at this point. This thing could also be Store Power, which is not going to do much to me. Because I am max HP, and I'm setting up Spadefs in his face. So... I'm curious to see what this full set is. We've revealed Wish, Cosmic Power, and that's it. So it's interesting. How much am I at now? I'm at +3. I'm gonna set up another one. I'm just gonna wait and see what this thing wants to do to me. Cosmic Power. You're just gonna keep setting up on me, and I'm okay with that. If this thing is stored power, again, like I said, it's not gonna do much to me, so I'm okay with this. Because, again, we're setting up in his face, too. And he does not have any attack boost unless he starts setting up Nasty Plots, which would be annoying. Granted. But, again, one crit, and we KO this thing. Which is important to know. And he's already has a lower special attack, too. He has a -1 special attack. I think this thing is stored power. I really think this thing is stored power now. And I don't like that, so I'm going to fire off a Surf and hope for crits. It's annoying, but when you bring this type of set to a Pokemon battle, you just kind of have to hope for it. So, Wish is up. We're going to fire off a Surf. If we get a crit right here, right now, that would be huge. I would love that right now. That is not a crit. That does not look like a crit to me, good sir. Well, he can't switch out now. He's stuck in here. Store power. This thing is store power. Of course it is. Why would it not be? It does diddly squat to me, though. Yeah, that's right. Frick you. Get a crit here. Get a crit. Get a crit. Get a crit! That's not a crit! I'm upset. And we're going to get that back with Aqua Ring. We're going to get that HP back with Aqua Ring, so... slowly but surely. I'm going to go ahead and set up one more Calm Line. Because if that's all this thing wants... if this thing is not toxic, then this thing can't do anything to me. It literally cannot. So, this is fine. This is literally fine. It's going to come down to getting a crit. That's what it comes down to. The story power. So it's good to know that this completely walls the Jirachi set. If it had Toxic, it would have clicked it by now. So this thing completely walls Jirachi, which is great. I fire off a Surf. It's going to come down to a crit on one of our ends soon. That's what it comes down to right now. It would be nice if we got the crit, because at this point, I've had so much hacks against me the past few battles that I've done in Draft League formats that it's I'm kind of due for one at this point. We're getting steady HP recovery, which is nice. I have 21 Surfs, so that's good as well. Flash Cannon. Why didn't you reveal that sooner? But regardless, oh, that does diddly squat. That does nothing. Holy crap, that does diddly squat. Nothing is going to want to switch in on this thing now. He has to get a crit. He has to hope for a crit here. And if we get a crit, we kill. If he gets a crit, we lose. That's what it comes down to at this point. Wish, please get the crit now. Please, oh please get the crit now. If we can knock this thing, we need to knock this thing out with a crit. Give us the crit. That does a chunk. I don't know if that's a high roll, but if that's a high roll, we might knock this thing out, which would be nice. That would be very nice if we knock this thing out. Does a chunk. Come on, kill, please. Please kill. Please get a high roll. Yes! Yes! That's right, you're not getting sweeping me with a stored power set today! That is not happening! Nuh-uh! QUAGSIRE gets a free switch in, though, which is slightly annoying. QUAGSIRE getting a switch in is slightly annoying. Unless it's not unaware. He switches into it now if it's not unaware. Actually, why didn't he switch into it? It might not be unaware. What would it be then? Intriguing. I don't think it's unaware. I think it would have swapped into it by now. Hello? I don't think this thing's unaware. Does Tapu Fini just claim the lives again? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Alright, that's going to do a chunk. Ouch. That does a chunk. Let's see if he's sashed. And a bat. That's a Dead Zone Trio. Alright, Tapu Fini claiming lives. Tapu Fini claiming lives. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, that's actually huge if QUAGSIRE's not unaware. That's huge if QUAGSIRE's not unaware. He would have swapped it. He definitely would have swapped into it by now if it was unaware. Rotom hits the field. I Moonblast this thing. This thing dies. I think we can take a hit from this thing considering we're at +6. So I'm going to Moonblast here. No reason for me not to. Volt Switch. That's fine. That does diddly squat. Maybe the Dragapult comes in and he gives me Dragapult. That would be nice. Something's dying to Moonblast now. Something is dying to a Moonblast. Something dies to Moonblast here, I'm pretty sure. Keldeo. Keldeo is dying to a Moonblast. Keldeo is dying to a Moonblast, baby! Let's go. Let's go. Bap. That's a dead Keldeo. Alright, Tapu Fini claiming 3 lives immediately. That is great. I love that. That is amazing. And we still got several Mons in the background looking really, really nice. Alright, Rotom switches back in. I don't know if a Leaf Storm kills. It might. It might kill from this range, but if it doesn't, then miss? Dang it. Imagine if it missed. Does it kill? Yep, it does. Okay. That was unfortunate. We get another free Lando switch, though, which is nice. We get a free Lando switch. We could also switch it to Celebi for fun, to set up a Sandstorm, but I don't think we do that. I think we switch it to Pistachio. We switch into Pistachio. Dragapult can still win this, which is annoying, for sure, but, you know, it is what it is. I feel safe clicking Earth Power here, because I don't think he stays in. I'm going to make the prediction that he doesn't stay in. He does stay in, which is unfortunate. You're at -2. This is going to do a chunk. That's fine, though. I can just click Earth Power here again. Or I can click Sludge Wave here for the Drag. I mean, Dragapult's still not going to like taking the Sludge Wave from this thing anyways. So, okay. We avoid the attack. That's pretty cool. I like that. Not necessarily how we needed, but still, I like that. Rotom goes down to Lando. You'll have to see it. Let's see here. Dragapult's not going to want to set up in my face, so Dragapult's going to want to try to kill me, I think, because I don't think he can take a hit from Lando. Neither can QUAGSIRE is going to die to a Grass Knot and die to Celebi anyways. So, the end game, all we have to do is get rid of this thing. All we have to do is get rid of this thing. All we've got to do is get rid of this thing, and we are golden. Someone Earth Power here. Shadow Ball, this thing is special. Good to know. Ow. A crit! Well, that's annoying. Are you Life Orb? You're not. You might be Spec Stun. You might be Spec Stun. And if that's the case, I'm going to switch into this thing. Nuts and Bolts. Nuts and Bolts. I can click double Iron Bash, but I also don't want to get chipped. I'm going to click double Iron Bash. If he's Rocky Helmet, good play. Fire Blast miss? Okay, I think that kills. That does. Okay. Dragapult might win here now, actually, looking at it. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. I Sandstorm. I have to hope Dracozolt can finish things off, which ain't gonna be fun. Live Celebi. I think Celebi can live a hit. Celebi should be able to live a hit. Celebi? Celebi? Thank you. Thank you, Celebi. Alright, we set up Sand. I need Dragapult to finish things off. I need Dragapult to finish things off for us, baby. Come on, Dragapult. Give us this dub that we desperately need. I'm going to click Giga Drain here. No reason for me not to. Shadow Ball. That's just a chunk. Ow. Alright. I think we outspeed Dragapult. We should outspeed Dragapult. And now, I just fire off a Draco Meteor and then an EQ, and hopefully we can live an attack from the QUAGSIRE. I think we can. Here we go. Come on, Dragapult. Finish things off for us. Alright, we fire up a Draco Meteor. That's a dead Dragapult. It just comes to a 1v1 between QUAGSIRE and Dragapult. A toxic QUAGSIRE versus the Dragapult. Oh boy. I don't know, man. Crossing fingers. Come on. Don't be an annoying set and die to an earthquake somehow. Somehow, in some way, die to an earthquake. Oh, boy. This is not the way I was expecting this battle to go, by the way. I was not expecting this. Oh, God. I think we lose this. Annoyingly enough, I think we lose this now. Unless we get a high roll crit. Come on, give us the crit. 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 Please, for the love of God. Dang it. That upsets me. And we would have done one, too. Dang it, man! Frick! Ugh! Alright, what I should have done, right? What I should have done. What I should have done, I should have switched into Selby first, fired off a frickin' whatchamacallit, Shadow or a Sandstorm with it, then switch into Melmetal, sack off Melmetal to Dragapult, then switch in Dragazult, fire off a Draco Meteor, then once Dragazult goes down, switch back into Celebi, Celebi wins the game. I am dumb. God. Why? I can be... I hate how I battle. I hate how I battle. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. That's it. That's freaking it. I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. That's just it. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. That's what my problem is. I'm stupid. God! Frick me, dude. Alright, at least I didn't get 6-0'd by a Jirachi. Thank you, Tapafini, for that. Oh my god. Yo, my dude, so this is me a day later. Not gonna lie, I did get, I was kind of feeling rough after this battle, just because, it's my 4th loss in a row in this season. I have a really good team, and I have, a lot of expectations lived up to me, considering that was the 3rd out of 20 overall, just based on the teams, And then I got 5th, by week 3, which is still really huge. So, this was a really rough loss for me. A really, really rough loss because I felt really confident with my team going into it, especially during the game, before the end game there, just because the Dragapult was there. I was scared, and then, what do you know, it bites me in the butt. So, I decided to cut that part out and just talk about a couple of the roles that could have affected the game, as well as just, in general, what I should have done, because this game was very winnable for me, even by the point of the Rotom versus the Lando. It was still a very winnable match for me, and I'll go ahead and explain how now. So, the first 2 things that mattered, definitely should have clicked Sludge Wave on the Rotom, that was a mistake on my part, I'm an idiot. So, realizing that now, Sludge Wave was the safest play because it would still have done a chunk to the Dragazult and not the Dragazult, the Dragapult. Dragapult, Dragazult, Dragavish, blah, 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 whatever. It still would have done a ton of damage to the Dragapult. And even with the QUAGSIRE switched in, I could have just clicked Grass Knot immediately afterwards. So, that Sludge Wave was just the safest play for me to make anyways. I could have tried to make the read in case he swapped for some reason, but why would you swap it to Dragapult? That's just stupid. So, that was a really, really dumb play on my part. I should not have made that play. And then the second thing was, that's pretty much the only play that I should have done differently. Thankfully, it didn't matter because of the Leaf Storm miss, but something that did matter in terms of rolls was the crit on Shadow Ball from the Dragapult. So, I talked with Mid afterwards, and they said that they were Expert Belt, modest Expert Belt. Turns out I had a sliver of a chance to live. If it weren't for the crit. If it weren't for the crit, I could have possibly lived. Granted, the chances were higher, I still would have died anyways, so that doesn't upset me too much, but still, kind of knowing the fact that I could have lived, that could have affected the game quite a bit. And then, Selby just could have come in and just finished off QUAGSIRE. Easy plays. So, that really sucks in general as well. let's see here. What else? What else? Oh, and then obviously the Fire Blast missed. The Fire Blast could have missed him versus the Melmetal, and then I still would have won the game. So, you know, like that. There was some RNG hacks involved here, but you know, it is what it is. And you know, overall, it wasn't an RNG hacks game, which is something I would much rather take. But still, at the same time, it's just like, you know, I wish it could have happened. That would have been cool. But, you know, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the actual, what I should have done to make this a much more winnable battle. So, starting from knocking out the Rotom with the Sludge Wave. The play here that he made was obviously switching to Dragapult. There are two things I could have done here. Well, actually, no. There is one thing I should have done here. I should have sacked off the Melmetal. The reason being is that would have given me a lot of intel as to what set this Dragapult was. Whether it was Banded, Specs, Expert Belt, Life Orb, or whatever. So, sacking off the Melmetal as well, is just because it was the least useful member. Granted, there was a chance it could live a hit against a Dragapult, but if it didn't have like Flamethrower or Fire Blast. But the reason I should have sacked that off instead was because Melmetal couldn't do anything to the QUAGSIRE, and like I said before, Lando still would have had a slim of a chance to live, and just in case it came down to Lando being the last Pokemon and the Dragapult somehow died, then Lando would win the battle as opposed to Melmetal. So that's what I should have done. I should have sacked off the Melmetal, but not only that, it would have given me intel as to what set this thing was, whether it's physical, mixed, special, like, you know, whatever, choiced. So after learning what the set is, I would have learned what the set is based on, because of my EV calcs and my HP investment at the time I was around half HP, I would have been able to tell whether this was Expert Belt, Banded, Specs, or whatever. I would have been able to tell immediately right off the bat just based on the damage. So, after I sack off Melmetal, I do one or two plays accordingly. If it's Specs, I switch into Dracozolt, or I switch into Dracozolt because he's choice locked and fire off a Draco. If he's Expert Belt like he was, then I would have swapped into Celebi and fired off a Sandstorm. Then, let's go ahead and go over, let's say if it was Specs first. If it was Specs, I would have fired off Draco Meteor. If he swapped, QUAGSIRE still would have died because it was max defense, or at least it would have died immediately to an Earthquake afterwards. So I fire for Draco into an Earthquake, QUAGSIRE goes down, then the Dragapult hits the field, I switch into either Celebi or Lando, sag them off, switch back into I switch back into Dracozolt and win the game. Let's see here. In fact, actually, what I should have done here was swap into Celebi, see if he goes for a Draco or a Shadow Ball, depending on which one it is, fire off then, you know, yeah. Basically, it was winnable. It was very winnable, right? You know. Like, I could have played around my sacks a little bit there, and then, regardless, I would have won the game somehow there. So, yeah, that's what would have happened if it was Specs Dragapult. Now, for Expert Belt, what it was before. Like I said before, Melmetal goes down, I switch into Celebi, the same situation that happened in the actual battle plays out. Then what I do is I switch out Celebi and switch into Landorus, and then let the Landorus go down. The reason being for that is that gives me a free switch into Dracozolt. Then what I do is fire off a Draco, once again, rinse and repeat. If he swaps to the QUAGSIRE, I knock out the QUAGSIRE, then swap into Celebi, sack off Celebi to get rid of the minus boost, and then swap back into Dracozolt. The Sand still would have been up by this point, which meant I would have outsped and won 1-0. And then, you know, if he stays in, then I just immediately switch into Celebi, or I just let the Dracozolt go down, and then, or I switch into Lando, and then I go switch into Celebi, knock things out, and then I still win the battle anyways again. So that's what I should have done. This battle was a very winnable match for me, and I'm upset that I let it go like this, because it just sucks. I don't like losing. You know, it's really hard for me because it's like, personally, I'm gonna pat myself on the back here a little bit, but I feel like I make some really great teams. I feel like when I have a team, I can build really, really well around my opponent's team and then surprise them no matter what no matter what they bring. I can pull off some crazy shenanigans. And I think with my record, you know, even though I'm 1-5, all of my battles have been relatively close. And keep in mind, a lot of these other players that I've had to battle are 5-0ing, 6-0ing other players. So the fact that I'm able to get 2-0, 3-0, 1-0s, personally, I'm a big fan of that. I think that's really cool. But at the same time, it just sucks because I feel like the majority of the time, I either have really bad RNG or I play terribly. Or it's a mix of both. Oftentimes, it's a mix of both. Just because it's just like, the one good RNG game I can think of off the top of my head is the UPA Week 2 battle, where I had all the RNG and I felt bad. But then you have battles like the IBA Week 6 and Season 3, the IBA Week 10, Week 1 of the UPBA, most other UPBA battles that I'm doing right now, including like the one that went up last week, where like I missed an Overheat, 2 Will-O-Wisp, and a Hyper Beam all in the same battle. What the frick is that nonsense? So it sucks because it's just like, you know, why? I still can't believe I missed 2 Will-O-Wisps in a row in that fight. It was ridiculous. But anyways, it's rough. It's rough. Like it's rough on your like hype for Draft League stuff. It's rough when you enjoy making Draft League content, but you suck at battling, basically. Basically, that's what I'm trying to get at here. I suck at battling, and I feel bad about it. I feel like I should be better, but I'm not, and I suck, and I feel terrible about it. So, it's rough. It is rough. I'm going to keep going with it, at least for now. There's actually going to be an update video that's going to be talking about future content coming up soon on the channel, but I just kind of wanted to explain this a little part just to tell you guys how I most likely would have won. Granted, there were still chances that I would have lost, such as the Draco Meteor missing. That would have immediately lost me the game, or something like that. But regardless, this was still a very winnable match for me, and I should have been able to win this match. I should have been able to win this match from where I was at. I just didn't play my stacks right. I didn't play very well. Again, the fact that I played without calcs for a majority of the fight, I am impressed with myself for that. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm very glad Stored Power Jirachi didn't sweep me. Thank goodness for that. Yeah. This will be used as a learning experience. I hope to God I can improve my battling skills at some point. That would be great. But anyways, that's going to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this battle. Hope you guys enjoyed this little post-battle talk. I just felt like it was important just to kind of talk about it, as opposed to you guys listening to me whine and, you know, be like, hey, you suck, you know. I mean, I do suck, but that's besides the point. Hopefully we can pull up some dubs, because I want to finish off the season not even. Which means I have to win every single game from here on out, because I'm 1-5. But, yeah, it's just, yeah, crossing fingers. Hopefully we can finish off the season with just dubs. That would be great. I would love that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Here's to our fights going in our favor in the future. And yeah, I'll see you dudes in the next video. Peace out, mates!